A 71-year-old grandfather was airlifted from Yellowstone National Park after a bull bison charged him at a campground. The animal struck without what many would consider adequate warning, and the incident is raising urgent questions about how close is too close when it comes to the largest land mammal in North America. So what exactly happened, and what can every visitor learn from it? Let us start with the facts. Carl McDaniel, a retired man from Prior Lake, Minnesota, was visiting Yellowstone's Bridge Bay Campground with his young grandson when the attack occurred. According to reports, it was a summer afternoon when bison, as they often do in Yellowstone, wandered directly through the campground. Bridge Bay sits along the shores of Yellowstone Lake, and it is one of the park's larger and more popular campgrounds. Bison moving through developed areas there is not unusual. It happens regularly. But what happened next was anything but routine. Eyewitnesses reported that a bull bison, a large mature male, suddenly charged at McDaniel. The animal struck him, goring him and tossing him into the air. Witnesses described the scene as shocking and fast. One moment the bison appeared to be moving through the area. The next, it had locked onto McDaniel and closed the distance in seconds. Bystanders rushed to help. Emergency services were called. McDaniel sustained serious injuries, including wounds to his torso. He was eventually airlifted by helicopter to Eastern Idaho Regional Medical Center for treatment. His grandson, thankfully, was not physically harmed. Now, here's a critical detail. McDaniel reportedly did not approach the bison. He was at his campsite. The bison came to him. This is a scenario that many visitors simply do not plan for. People often assume that, if they do not walk toward wildlife, they are safe. But in a place like Yellowstone, where wild animals roam freely across roads, trails, parking lots, and campgrounds, the wildlife can come to you. And when a 2,000-pound bull bison decides you are too close, the result can be catastrophic, regardless of who closed the distance. Let us talk about why this particular time of year matters. The attack occurred during the summer months, which coincides with bison rut season. The rut is the mating period for bison, typically running from mid-July through August. During this time, bull bison undergo significant behavioral changes. They become more aggressive. They are more territorial. They are competing with other males for access to females, and their tolerance for perceived threats drops dramatically. During the rut, bulls will bellow, paw at the ground, and engage in dramatic head-to-head clashes with rival males. Their testosterone levels surge. They eat less. They sleep less. They are, in the most literal sense, on edge. Wildlife biologists have long documented that bison-related incidents in Yellowstone spike during this period. A bull in rut may perceive a nearby human not as a curious tourist, but as a rival or a threat. And a bison does not issue a polite warning. It charges. Bull bison can weigh over 2,000 pounds. Despite their massive size, they can sprint at speeds up to 35 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, the fastest human sprinters top out around 27 or 28 miles per hour, and that is elite athletes in peak condition. An average person cannot outrun a bison. Period. This brings us to Yellowstone's official safety guidelines, which are clear, specific, and frequently ignored. The National Park Service states that visitors must stay at least 25 yards away from bison and elk at all times. That is 75 feet, roughly the length of 2.5 school buses. For bears and wolves, the required distance is 100 yards. These are not suggestions. They are regulations, and violating them can result in fines, arrest, or both. But here's the problem. 25 yards can feel like a lot when you are looking at a bison through your phone camera and trying to get the perfect shot. And 25 yards can feel like nothing when a bison decides to move in your direction. The Park Service also advises that if a bison changes its behavior because of your presence, you are too close. Signs of agitation include raising the tail, shaking the head, pawing the ground, snorting, or making short bluff charges. If you see any of these behaviors, you need to move away immediately. Do not turn your back. Do not run in a straight line. Try to get behind a large object like a car or a tree. In the case of Carl McDaniel, reports suggest the bison's behavior escalated quickly. This is consistent with what wildlife experts described during the rut. A bull bison may go from appearing calm to charging in a matter of seconds. There is often no prolonged warning sequence. This is precisely what makes these animals so dangerous in close quarters, and campgrounds are, by definition, close quarters. Let us look at the broader picture. Bison injure more people in Yellowstone than any other animal. More than grizzly bears, more than wolves, more than mountain lions. According to a peer-reviewed study published in the journal Clinical Medicine and Research, there were 25 bison-related injuries in Yellowstone between 2000 and 2015. The majority of those injured were within 15 feet of the animal. Many victims reported that they believed the bison was calm or docile before the attack. The study found that bison can interpret direct eye contact, sudden movements, or simply close proximity as provocation. And this is worth repeating. Bison are wild animals. They are not cattle. They have not been domesticated. They may appear slow, docile, even indifferent, but they are unpredictable, powerful, and fast. Every year, visitors make the mistake of treating them like livestock. Every year, some of those visitors pay a serious price. If you're finding this information valuable, take a moment right now to hit that like button and subscribe to National Park Secrets. We cover stories like this one, along with safety tips, trail guides, and insider knowledge to help you experience America's national parks safely and responsibly. Subscribing helps us reach more people with information that can genuinely save lives. Now let us get back to the practical lessons from this incident. Lesson 1. Always be aware of your surroundings, especially in campgrounds and developed areas. Bison do not respect the boundaries of your campsite. They walk through campgrounds, across parking lots, and down roads. When you arrive at any location in Yellowstone, scan the area for wildlife. Know where the nearest hard-sided shelter is, whether that is your car, a restroom building, or a visitor center. Lesson 2. Give bison the right of way. Always. If a bison is on a trail, wait for it to move. If a bison is near your car, stay inside. If a bison is near your campsite, move to your vehicle and wait. Do not attempt to shoo it away, make loud noises to scare it, or throw objects at it. These actions can provoke a charge. Lesson 3. Keep children close and under direct supervision at all times. McDaniel was visiting with his young grandson. In a situation where a bison charges, a child cannot react quickly enough to get to safety. When bison are anywhere in the vicinity, children should be within arm's reach of an adult and near a vehicle or structure. Lesson 4. Do not rely on the bison appearing calm. Calmness in a bison is not an invitation. It is not a signal that you are safe. A bison can go from standing still to a full charge in 2 to 3 seconds. Their demeanor can shift without any visible trigger that an untrained human would recognize. Lesson 5. Understand that the rut changes everything. If you are visiting Yellowstone between mid-July and August, you are visiting during the most dangerous window for bison encounters. Bulls are aggressive, unpredictable, and more likely to charge. Increase your distance beyond the 25-yard minimum whenever possible. Give them 50 yards. Give them 100. The farther the better. Lesson 6. Know what to do if a bison charges. The Park Service advises running to the nearest cover. Get behind a tree, a vehicle, a boulder, anything solid. Bison are fast, but they are not agile at speed. They typically charge in a straight line. Lateral movement and barriers are your best tools. Do not play dead with a bison the way you might with a grizzly. A bison is not trying to neutralize a threat and move on. It is trying to remove you. Carl McDaniel survived his encounter, but his injuries were serious. He was airlifted to a trauma center. His family vacation became a medical emergency, and it happened not because he went looking for trouble, but because a wild animal in the peak of its most aggressive season happened to be in his campground. Yellowstone National Park is home to roughly 5,000 bison, the largest free-roaming herd on public land in the United States. They are magnificent animals. They are a symbol of the American West. They are also genuinely dangerous. Respecting that danger is not optional. It is the price of admission to their home. The Park Service has increased signage and visitor education efforts in recent years. Rangers regularly patrol high-traffic areas to remind visitors of distance rules. But ultimately, your safety in Yellowstone is your responsibility. No sign can protect you if you choose to ignore it. No ranger can help you if a 2,000-pound animal charges before anyone can intervene. The lesson from what happened to Carl McDaniel is straightforward. Be alert, be humble, be prepared. Yellowstone is not a zoo. There are no fences between you and the wildlife. That is what makes it extraordinary. That is also what makes it dangerous. Before we wrap up, if you have not already, please subscribe to National Park Secrets and hit the like button. We bring you the stories, safety updates, and insider tips that help you make the most of every national park visit while staying safe. Share this video with anyone you know who is planning a trip to Yellowstone. The information in it could make all the difference. Stay safe out there, respect the wildlife, and remember, in Yellowstone, you are the visitor. The bison live here.